savings. There goes the dash from our 7.3 IDI race truck build. But oh no, now how do I start it? I don't even got no gauges. Son of a gun. So I jumped on Amazon. I got some starter buttons. I got this switch panel with on off and start button to run the glow plugs. And I got me some gauges. We got water temp, volt, and oil pressure. But where are we gonna mount them? Let's head to the scrap pile. Well, we got a little piece of diamond tread here. That's kind of small though. That might do something. Man, I don't know about my wires getting caught on all those sharp edges. Yeah! We can do something with this old toolbox. You hear that? Oh, must be the voices in my head. I'm my own worst critic laughing at myself. But I'm going to give it a try. Even though I found a good material to build it out of, I'm really kind of struggling with where to angle it, how to support it, and where to place like the gauges and stuff. So I think I'm going to throw a seat in here that I can sit in and get my driver's position better so that I know where my arms will be able to reach to hit a starter button and where my eyes will be able to see a set of gauges. Pick these seats up cheap. They're out of like a 2005-ish Nissan. They got the adjusters and the rails and everything on them. I want to show you guys one of the reasons why I got the kind of seat that I did is because we've got these two knobs on the sides of the tracking. See that? How it adjusts up and down in the front. And then we've got another knob here that adjusts it in the back up and down. So I'll have tilt adjustments built in to my seats. So threw that in there. I'm going to jump in that seat and at least reach my arms around. The more I think about this and where I'm comfortable, I was thinking about a bar going like this, but I mean, I can barely reach that bar. So I'm more thinking just like a little console right here in the middle. And that console is going to be for my buttons and switches and stuff right here where I can reach it. What's up, Chubby? So I am going to go ahead and plan on maybe putting the gauges here. So I made my console wide enough for the gauges. There's a hole here, but that's fine. We'll mount one of our switches or something right there. Took it down. I'm going to cut it out there to where I can drill holes and drill that directly to the floor. Now I'm going to have to plan out to do some tabs bent this way to drill into the floor as well. And then I'm thinking now how deep I want to come. And I'm thinking probably to about here. But I'm going to add on enough that I can bend that down to the floor and then give a little tab. And then this, I'm going to come a little bit further as well to where I can bend it over that other piece and screw that all together. And hopefully it's pretty strong and sturdy. And that's what I come up with, guys. This is my cut line. This is my cut line. This is a bend line. This is a bend line. Like I said, that end will come down. This end will come over and in. Screw along that, and then it'll kind of box it up and hopefully reinforce it, make it stronger. These down here are going to bend and screw to the floor. So there's what we ended up with, guys. These tabs I need to bend up to go to the floor. And then this we've got to bend somewhere around that line. And this we got to bend somewhere around that line to where we box in this back side. Honestly, I'm just going to try to press it up against the edge of this flatbed and see what happens. There's the first bend. You can kind of see what we're going for, guys. Looking actually pretty good. I think that I'm going to notch this out first, up and over, to where once we bend this way, we can bend a tab this way to screw to the floor, and it's not going to be as hard with that doubled up. We're going to take a notch out of this. First up, we've got this hole that's already there, and so we're going to use it and put one of these buttons through. So something that I like to do whenever I'm drilling a hole for a button or something like that is I take off the nut. Okay, now I've got the nut, and then I take a step bit and I stick it through until it stops, and then I know the approximate size that I need to go down to drill a hole for that button. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this drilled out to a 5/8. Let's see where 5/8 is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one in from the top. One, 2, 3, 4, fifth one in from the top. One more. There we go. Now this button should fit right in. Next, we're going to mount this switch panel, and to do that, basically I'm going to set it up here about where I want it and look at where these switches and stuff are and kind of mark the width that I need it cut out to. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it this way and see the approximate height that I need it cut out to. Okay, do the same on the other side. Alright, so now I can basically just kind of eagle eye it and box that off. So there we go. Now I've got a box where the switches and stuff will go through. Still got enough room in the corners that I can drill in to fasten it with screws. So let's go over to the cutoff wheel and get that cut out. So now let's give this guy a test fit. Oh no, doesn't quite go in. So we'll use a Sharpie marker, kind of mark what's hitting. And it looks like this switch is a lot bigger than the rest, so I just got to do a little bit of clearancing for that one switch. Holy moly, that looks like I was doing some drunk cutting. But let's see if the switch panel fits now. Oh yeah, like a glove. So I got my 4 corner holes marked. Let's go ahead and get some holes drilled so that we can mount that switch panel. Woo! Woo! 2 more to go. I think I'm just going to go ahead and recycle. I've saved all these screws from tearing apart the truck, so I'm just going to use 4 of them. There it is, looking pretty good. Not bad for repurposing trash. Believe in what God gave you, guys. We're going to be mounting some batteries here on the passenger floorboard and redoing all of our wiring. We're going to be replacing that dash with this fancy center console I put together with gauges, buttons, and switches. We're going to be turning this headache rack that we cut off into a grill guard. We're going to be doing a 3G alternator swap. We're going to be converting one of these old propane tanks into a fuel cell. Installing this Duralift. What's up, Choppy? Installing this Duralift electronic fuel pump. So go ahead and do me a favor before you take off. Hit that thumbs up. Really helps out with this small YouTuber trying to grow, trying to beat those evil algorithms. Until next week, believe in what God gave you, guys. Take on some projects, build, fix, create. Keep building shit.